In this video, you're gonna learn how to create a big brand, how to stand out in a crowd, and start attracting your dream clients. Let's go! All right, guys, it's imperative that you know how to create a brand because let me tell you why. Listen, there's a little circle right here, and there's all these little dots, and then there's you. And if you want to separate yourself from all the other salespeople, all the other entrepreneurs, then people are going to have to know who you are. I want you to write this down. We are in the world of creating attention. Salespeople, listen, money follows attention. So if you're a salesperson right now on a sales floor and you want to be different than everybody else, do you want to have the edge over everybody else? Well, then naturally, 1 + 1 is 2. How are you going to do that? You have to have more customers than them. This is the Achilles heel to the market. And, I think a lot of people right now don't realize that a lot of people haven't caught on to this personal brand thing. You think they have because you see some influencers and people out there and you're like, oh man, I haven't even started my brand yet, I'm late. Listen, I think that over the next few years, influencers and the people that are creating their personal brands are really gonna take over, okay? So you're not late, you're right on time, and the goal is you gotta separate yourself. Listen, sales and marketing, they go hand in hand. If I'm the best salesperson in the world, but I see nobody, like I've just got no opportunities to sell, then it doesn't matter. If I'm the best marketer in the world, let's play this back, but I'm not the best in sales in the world, but I got 100 customers today that I could see, who's gonna win? The guy with customers, because naturally some of them are gonna lay down. Naturally some of them are gonna do business with him. So marketing and sales, they're like a dance. And the person that can be the best at both, they're gonna separate themselves from everybody else. We reached almost 300 million people last month alone in the Elliott Group. We're really good at marketing. We create a lead almost every 9 seconds. So while we're on this video, bing, we've already created probably about 4 or 5 leads. Boom, boom, boom. Organic leads, people that are interested in doing business with us. Guys, money will only take you so far. Influence will take you way further. It'll take you to the relationships that you're looking for. And I'm gonna teach you in this video exactly how to create this influence. And I don't wanna walk you through this. Think of a couple brands right now that are on fire. If you think about like Elon Musk right now, he's competing with legacy car manufacturers and he's not a car guy, okay? What was he? He was a guy that created so much trust and value in the audience. He created a lot of trust and value in the audience. When he opened up Tesla, a lot of people said yes. He was able to get the best people to come work for him. He was able to naturally get customers. Have you ever seen a Tesla commercial? No. Okay? He was able to do a lot of things based off of this personal brand. So leaders, you can attract employees. You're one hire away from a completely different business. But if they don't know who you are, it doesn't matter. Think about in your area right now, let's say I sell cars. In your area right now, hundreds of cars are gonna be sold today. Do they know who you are? I was able to create one of the biggest personal brands in the automotive space because I knew that I didn't want to play the same game as everybody else. I wanted to stand out and be different. And I knew that money followed attention, so the person that has the most attention online wins, okay? Elon Musk, he created the most attention online. And when he did that, his company is outselling companies like Toyota, companies like Ford. I know some of you guys don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Think about this. Do you know the CEO of Ford's name? Do you know the CEO of Nissan? Do you know the CEO of Toyota? Do you know any of those guys? No, you don't. So they took an organic marketing strategy powered by Elon and thrust it out to the public, okay? It's huge, it's insane. So today I want you to be thinking about your personal brand. I want you to think about this. Listen, I want you to write these couple things down. People need to know who you are, how good you are at what you do, and where you're at. And they need to see it consistently. I want you to also write this down. Your branding is kind of a buzzword. I'll be honest with you. I created a really good brand and still to this day I'm creating a really good brand. I never make cold calls. I'll be honest with you. I can teach you how to cold call. I remember how to cold call. I go to companies and I can still hit a cold call. But amateurs chase, pros attract. What does that mean? Amateurs have to run around and run the same race as everybody else. A pro, they're thinking differently. In every sales space right now, doesn't matter if your whole business is cold calling. It's cold calling because you're not known. If you're known, people just attract to you and they're messaging you. I get hundreds of messages every day of somebody who wants to join my private coaching, do something with me, put me on a stage, do this, do a podcast, do this, do a business relationship. I mean, there's companies we have equity in just because we have a brand, okay? So think about that. Right now, all you have to do is separate yourself from everybody else. Obscurity is not your friend. Being obscure in the market, unknown in the market, it's not your friend. You got to think about how do you put this hat on, put these lenses on of how do I take myself and separate myself from everybody else. And if you can do that, you'll dominate any sales floor. Now, there's certain levels to this that you have to know that I'm going to make you aware. Number one, it's a generalist. A generalist is somebody that is just a general person. I mean, there's general doctors. A doctor that goes to school for 8 years, he gets out of school, you know, and he works on the general body, the general human body. And, you know, they make about $133,000 a year. Just a regular physician. A regular physician, $130,000, $140,000 a year. Then there's the specialists, okay? A specialist is a guy that's like a thoracic surgeon, a guy that's doing something that's very unique. It's very tailored to one piece of the body. It's like just the elbow right here. It's just the trachea. It's just something very small, and he's certified in that one thing, that one little niche, that one thing he's getting known for, okay? You could be in the military and you could be just a sailor in the Navy, and that's your job. You're just a sailor, just a regular sailor. Or you could be a Navy SEAL. That Navy SEAL is certified in some things that everybody sees him as different than everybody else. That dude is a war machine. He's out there doing different things. He has a different value to the marketplace, to the business that he's in, right? So a specialist, okay? That's somebody that's different than this guy. He's put more hours into the things that he's doing, and this guy naturally is going to get paid more, okay? Now, if you look at the expert is a person that is now risen above the specialist. The expert is a person that's known in their backyard. He's the person that when somebody thinks of this business, they think of him. They've seen him on social media. They see him all around. He's causing commotion. Literally, whether you like him or not, you think of him every single time when you think about who this person is. Okay, this person stands out of everybody else. He's separated himself in the marketplace, and he's starting to create the next one, which is authority. Authority is a great place to be, okay? The authority in this marketplace, this guy is very well known. He's now created himself as the authority in the market. He gets paid more than everybody else, okay? If we look at a guy like this, the specialist, the expert, you got expert doctors that speak on panels. You got expert doctors that speak on stages. Those guys, this specialist could make, you know, $400,000 a year as a thoracic surgeon, okay? And then you have the expert that's speaking on stages about what he's doing. He's getting invited to doing talks and things like that. And this guy's making, you know, 1 to 2 million, okay? Just because he is now becoming the authority in the market. He's the expert, and this authority, this person has now established himself as the market, okay? This guy is the well-known authority of the space. He's usually training that space. He's usually the person that makes the decisions for that space. The market looks at this guy for the advice. This guy has put a lot of years, a lot of time into this space. He has a podcast. He has a book. He's separating himself from everybody else, okay? And then you get to here. The celebrity is where you really want to get. The celebrity, if we go back to the doctor model, specialist over here, celebrity, this is like the doctors. I mean, it'd be like somebody like Dr. Oz. You know, that guy's on TV, right? He's getting invited to the news channels. I mean, that guy's going to make, you know, several million a year, and he can make what this guy would make in the specialist. This guy would make $400,000 in a month. This guy could make this for one appearance, just because he's now the face of that industry, total face of the industry. You know, as we rose through the ranks with Andy's brand, Andy became the expert in the industry. You know, we had a couple 100,000 YouTube followers. Everybody was following him. They're like, oh my gosh, this guy's doing something. He became the authority, started speaking on stages. People started inviting him in, paying him for his time. It was hard for him to make $50,000 a month here as a specialist, but then when you got up to the authority, people are inviting you to speak for 1 hour. He was making $50,000 an hour. And then you go up to the celebrity. This guy has millions of followers, tons of influence, And this guy can make multiple millions a year. You know, now he charges 150, 200,000 for an hour, what he used to make for an entire year as the generalist. All of that comes from a brand. You're not able to get any of this unless you have a brand. Okay? Hey guys, it's the Macklin Twins. Let's go. Hey guys, if you have any questions at all, we want you to text us. Our phone number is 480-780-2203, and one of us will get back to you. We got your back for life. Let's get back to the video. Let's go. Let's go, baby. There's a lot of people right now, they got a really good brand, they got a really good product, but nobody knows them in the market. So they can never really rise. They can never really separate. They can never really attract all the things that they want. I mean, Andy doesn't ever have to make a phone call. He just has to walk through a mall. He just has to answer, you know, a news lead of a news channel that wants to talk to him, and he can just generate millions of dollars in revenue that way, okay? So what did he do? He rose up this level of influence. What did he do? He separated himself down here. So I'm gonna teach you a couple of tips on how to do that, but you must go from generalist to celebrity. You must start rising through the ranks and get known for something. Pick your niche. What is it? What is it? What are you going to be the best at? What's your specialty? Okay? Rise to the expert. Okay? Rise your authority. Open your YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel. Be posting 2 to 3 reels a day on every single platform. Get a podcast. Get a book. Get known for something. Create some commotion in the marketplace. Let them know that you're the person that represents your industry. Now, even if you look at a guy like Deion Sanders, okay? There's coaches. You probably don't know who's the coach of Oregon. You probably don't know who the coaches of California is. But listen, those two guys, they're probably kind of unknown, right? You got a guy like Deion Sanders. He's able to attract all the top talent in the world. Why? Because Deion is a celebrity. Okay, he got known through each of these, and now he has a personal brand that's big. So if you're a coach out there, you want to get known, because everything that you're trying to attract and do in your business, you're doing with so much force. Sales, you're making the sales calls all day. Listen, what's gonna happen when you're a generalist is it's really hard down here when you're unknown. It's really hard because you're getting a lot of objections. You're having to do a lot of the work, a lot of just the hand-to-hand combat. You start getting to a specialist, people start to know who you are, it's less objections. When you get to the expert and authority, like I don't jump on calls and people say, oh, I'm not ready, or I don't want to do this. They're like, oh my God, this is you for real? Oh my God, I know you can solve my problem. Oh my God, I'm already sold on you. Listen, you're creating an affinity with the marketplace that you're this person, and they're already sold on who you are and what you do. Okay? So if you want to make your sales life easier, your goal is to attract, not just chase, but to use this thing called social media. It's not 1936 anymore. You can use this thing called social media, and you can start to pull in your prospects and sell 1 to thousands, okay? You no longer have to sell 1 to 1. This is the key that a lot of people just don't even realize. Once you get up to the authority and celebrity, what your yearly income used to be, it used to be really hard to make that yearly income. You can make that in a month. You can make that in a day. I mean, it really becomes easy because you have this leverage in the market. Think about this, okay? The Rock, he got known. He was a WWE wrestler, okay? There's a lot of WWE wrestlers. He has a bigger personal brand than everybody's. He was able to take his personal brand and say, hey, I'm going to start this tequila business. You guys go drink this, go consume this. You know, when you did that, he said, hey, I've got these clothes. Wear these clothes, okay? He's selling his tequila business for like $1 billion. It's crazy, right? He's only had it for a couple of years. He's just taking the eyeballs and steering them some way. I mean, you can look at companies that we've been involved with. We took hostage tape, that mouth tape. You guys see it, the nose piece that we wear, okay? We're able to take their sales from here to here just by taking our audience and saying, focus on their brand, focus on their brand. See that brand? We're a part of this company. So much so now they're able to get in front of the USC, Joe Rogan. Guys like that are representing our hostage tape brand because ultimately they were smart. They came and found an influencer like Andy who aligned with their brand, and that drove them to success, okay? I mean, if you look at guys like Logan and Jake Paul, those guys right now are marketing geniuses. They're personal branding geniuses. They're putting up what some people would put up in their entire careers of boxing and money. They're putting it up in one fight. One fight. Why? Because what they're doing is they're marketing themselves. They're marketing who they are. They're marketing their strengths. They're also marketing some of their weaknesses. Listen, what the world respects is your authenticity, who you are. You got to put consistency out there also. You got to be able to put these things out there for a long period of time. Don't think short term, like, oh, I hope I get leads today. What you want to be thinking is long term, how you take this brand and make it a big freaking play, okay? So ultimately, what do we want the audience to do? Know, like, and trust us. And this gives us the ability to build trust and rapport with people before they even know who we are. So if you want to become the person of influence in your market, if you want to become the person that separates themselves from everybody. When I walk through the gas station, everybody's like, oh, you're that guy. Oh, you're that guy. Oh my gosh, I've seen you. Oh, where have I seen you? When I was in the car business, people were like, man, I can't figure out how you're always winning. I got a secret to tell you guys. It wasn't because I was just the best salesman. I was a pretty good salesman, okay? But it was because I had the most at-bats. I understood that these guys that were just sitting out there waiting, they didn't understand this little thing that we got, this phone, is so freaking powerful. I started selling cars on Facebook 15 years ago. When Facebook first came out, you had to go to the college and get a password because I didn't go to college. So I went down to the college and I said, hey, I'm in school here. And they didn't even ask me, and they gave me the Facebook password. And what I thought in my mind was, oh my God, there's 1,800 people for our school here in Facebook. This would be amazing. I'm going to drop some content in here. And my brother used to make fun of me on it. He's like, what are you doing with this Facebook thing? I'm like, I think it's going to blow up. And so you can go back on my Facebook, Ian Macklin, and you can see me dropping posts, what I look like 13, 14 years ago, what I was writing 13, 14 years ago, okay? You know, up front, things are a little hard because you don't really know what to do. You don't really know how to talk to the camera, and it might seem weird, okay? But eventually you make it look easy because you've been doing it for so long. I instantly started feeling what it felt like to be kind of famous in my market. People were walking around, I'd see them at the grocery store, they're like, I saw your post, and I'm like, I had no clue who they were. I'm like, this is crazy. And then Instagram came alive, TikTok, all of these things. Guys, we're in a very unique, amazing world right now where you can stand out and you can become #1 on your sales floor because you can reach so many people, millions of people. My social media account reached almost 20 million people last month alone. You can reach whoever you want. It's crazy, man. We have politicians call here. You know, we got athletes that are calling here. We got athletes that we're coaching, like people that aren't even in the businesses that we do, but they're attracted to the knowledge that we've put out there. They've heard us say one or two things and they're like, gosh, I want to do business with you. Okay, we've got billionaires that you would never be able to get on the phone with that are inviting us to go to their conferences and fly here, fly there. I had one send his jet down here. And I'm like, hey man, we can't make it down there. Getting 12 people out of here is kind of hard. He's like, dude, I got to have, you guys are the authority. You're the celebrity of the market. I got to have you here. Send this jet down here. Guys, I've been invited into rooms that you can't even get in if you have the money. Why would you want to be in one of those rooms? Because you could make in one of those rooms, in one of those connections, the same thing that you make in a year in a half of a deal, in a minute, okay? But you must be known. You must create a name. You must walk in the room and people are like, I've seen something from you. So you can go to my other personal branding videos and check out different tactical tips. This is really the foundation. This is really the thought process of getting you out of obscurity, getting you famous in the market, getting people to see you as the authority so that you can start going to the next level. So you can start speaking for your industry. So you can start being the face of your industry and always think you're worth it. I know some of you right now are like, man, I could never do that. I look like this, I feel like this, I do that. Listen, we've all thought those things. Get that shit out of your head. You can do this. You were meant to do something big. You didn't come to this channel to play small. You didn't come to this channel to be like everybody else. You came to this channel because you want to stand out. You want to show people who you are. You want to dominate. You want to attract business. Don't let those little baby thoughts get in your head. What you need to do is you need to be putting more content out there. What you're going to see is yourself growing, changing. You're learning how to speak better. You're even seeing your stuff and you're impressed with it, okay? But listen, you got to have marketing. You got to stand out in the market. Don't blend in with everybody else. Blending in will keep you broke. Blending in will keep you small. What you want to do is you want to become attractive to that market. And how you become attractive to that market is putting content out there, rising up through this strategy, becoming the celebrity of your market, and they won't know what hit them, okay? Now listen, this strategy, it's for the dominators. It's for the people that don't want to compete. They want to dominate. But I'm not interested in competing with anybody. I'm interested in dominating them. How you do that is you have the edge. And the edge is in the marketing. The edge is in getting in front of people. The edge is in the relationships. The edge is in getting your message out there. We wouldn't have a 9-figure big business that's growing every single day unless we were able to stand out in the marketplace and grow. Somebody with the same idea as us was working just as hard as us, but we were doing a better job on social media. And here we are today, and they're sitting in their kitchen. They're sitting in their living room wondering why they couldn't make it, because they never started. They never built a brand. Build a brand, get your name out there, and let's go to the top together. Let's kill it. All right, guys, you're the true 1%ers. You made it to the end of the video. Let's go. Like, comment, so we know who you are down below, and then share this video to somebody else who needs it. And also turn your notifications on, because we got the fire coming every single day. Amazing. We'll see you at the next video. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.